All right, let's go.
Go for it whenever.
Today we will be discussing the pros and cons of artificial intelligence and how it may impact our future. I'm Noah Craig.
I'm Damian Troxel.
I'm Cole Kimbrough.
I'm Bradley Stewart. And I'm Henry Obosky.
And we are Drexel Searches Further. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the pros of AI. So, I don't know, first, some of the ones, most obvious ones are...
I haven't run an essay in 2 years now.
Bro.
That's a pro.
That's
But it can also be a con.
What if you're gonna be a doctor? What if this guy's your brain
how
surgeon?
many doctors right
Yeah,
now?
I ain't saving
What if
no
this guy's your
one.
brain surgeon and he went through all of college using his AI? And
I ain't saving
it's your
no
big day,
one.
Henry. It's your
That's
big
why
day.
I said it's also a con.
It's your big day to have brain surgery. Yes, I'm gonna go be brain surgery. And you come in here and you see Bradley Stewart,
Dude that got
and you see him on his phone. And he asks his AI where to find some piece of your brain, and you're like, uh-oh. What if that happened?
Dude, it probably will happen in the future.
It's becoming a doctor is not just about writing essays.
I can't hear you.
Becoming a doctor is not just about writing essays.
I know, but I mean, it's a part of it. What if instead of reading the book that your professor assigned, you just asked your AI to read
For
it?
a summary. Like some people have done.
Who did that?
Bro. Okay, what are
Other
other pros?
There's
Besides essay writing.
I don't know if that's a pro, but we'll leave it out there.
there's the obvious ones, kind of like Alexa and Siri are AI for the most
That's a
part.
pro?
I don't know. Yeah, I think though it's kind of like spying on you.
Alexa and
24/7.
Siri can never understand you half the time
Okay, that
anyway.
is kind of true.
No, but then half the time when you don't even say their name, they pop up.
Mine
Well, yeah,
doesn't
we're
even.
being spied on by everything anyways.
True.
For me, it's totally the opposite way around. I'll say their name and they won't pop up.
Well, it's for me the same way. I say their names, they don't pop up, but when I'm just having a natural conversation, not even talking about them, it pops up.
I have the
It's
setting
government.
where it can't
Okay.
turn on without me holding the power button.
Automated cars are pro.
Are they?
Are they?
But then you don't
mean-
have. Okay.
Do we know how many?
Automated cars is in what? Tesla? Like self-driving?
Yes, self-driving.
Lots of
Be-
them are coming out with.
Because if
Aren't they like subscription?
See, that's
based though?
only
Like, you
really-
have to pay for that portion of the.
They have to pay for that
I think so.
I could
Yeah.
agree that was a pro if
You were terrible at
everyone-
driving.
If it
Yeah,
went
like,
to,
if the vast
if
majority-
it went to everyone had self-driving efficient AI cars, then I feel like it would be a pro.
You
Right
wouldn't
now,
even-
it's probably on the edge because you got to think, how accurate can the AI really be to human error? You know.
I don't know if
Like-
the AI can deal with a crazy
I know.
driver
I know.
or
For
something.
example, I know someone
Well,
that had one of those cars
'cause
that
you
had
can
the
over-
auto lane, like it keeps you in your lanes. And what happened was they got to an exit, and it detected that they weren't in their lane anymore, and it swerved their car and put them into the guardrail. So, this is my experience.
But that it would definitely be like super super good if that was
Oh, I feel
most-
like I
most of the
agree.
cars.
So it could go both ways.
But yeah, but you can also override.
I feel like in the future it could definitely be a pro at
Yeah.
once it goes to a nationwide
Mhm.
thing, because I feel like it will. Maybe.
Hmm.
Who knows?
Yeah, definitely. But also, yeah. I agree
What do you
with
think,
that.
Brad?
Honestly, personally, I'm never going to use like AI cars or self-driving cars. I don't trust it.
You don't think you will? What if
No.
What if the government mandates
Yeah,
it?
what if you're forced to?
Like they already make you use electric cars in California.
Are you going to use a bootleg car and take off the auto driving?
He's gonna start pirating cars.
Oh no, yeah.
All right, what are some other pros?
Medical uses. There's a lot of medical uses for AI.
Yeah, I did see that. Like,
Like,
broken bones, it
With
can
diagnosis and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also help find like vaccines and viruses and stuff like that too.
But how could the AI really find anything that we don't already know about? Because, I mean, yeah, it has access to like mass data, but any data that it had access to would be things that have already been discovered.
Yeah, but we can program it to look,
There's also self-learning AIs.
that too.
True.
But we can
That teach
program
them.
it to look for. we can program it to look for stuff.
Speaking of self-learning AIs, though, I mean, if they can learn,
They could learn to program themselves.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad. They could take over the world.
Other pros. More pros.
Some more pros. They're
More
it's good.
efficient.
Yeah.
Yes.
They like
Quick
Especially
responses.
with, like,
responses.
math
They
and
could
stuff.
do a
They
lot
can
of data
do-
real fast.
Yeah.
human jobs 24/7,
Certain human jobs.
which technically doesn't certainly make it a pro, because it could also be a con, because you know, if you take away human jobs,
Job
you take
displacement.
unemployment rate goes up. But I mean, at the same time, jobs that are like too dangerous, or like jobs that like I saw, for example, like security, like 24/7 security monitoring. That way, you know, someone doesn't have to sit there and stare at it.
No, like they can detect frauds, and
Mhm.
with cybersecurity, it's really helpful there too.
What kind of jobs do you think like AI can't take though?
Can't
Yeah.
Definitely.
any physical labor.
Yeah.
Anything that involves an actual human being, like, you got to think, you don't really need AI for like
data.
for
analysis.
example, my mom works remote. I mean, I feel like her job could just easily be taken by an AI.
Yep.
Because I mean, if you don't have to be there to do it, you really don't need a real person.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're like answering phone calls and like you actually have to talk to someone, but AI can do that too.
That's like
Yeah.
some restaurants doing that now.
AI is real bad at customer service, but they do it.
Yeah, but it could also always get more advanced.
All right,
It's
so
interesting.
what are some cons of AI?
Well, just the things that we already talked about, the exact opposite.
AI also takes a lot of power.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
It's
And, like,
expensive.
Mm-hmm. Unemployment rate, like we said. Doesn't have. I mean, sometimes it doesn't have like the natural human aspect to it.
Yeah, it can't observe the natural world, so there's definitely
It doesn't take
level
the human
of,
train of thought either. You know.
Yeah. It doesn't have has a lack of emotion,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which because of that, some might view this as a pro. It can eliminate biases.
AI has contributed to bias.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
saw that. I didn't understand how that worked, but I did see that.
Well, it's programmed by humans.
And
So
humans
if
are
you
biased.
use- yes, there's.
But what if it's
we have
Yeah.
natural biases.
So, like, if you give it data that's biased or whatever, it's gonna
like
that
what,
Without
like
a biased
stereotypical?
answer.
Yeah.
A few years ago, when Apple started their credit cards, it was figured out that they were not being offered or they were being denied. What?
Nothing.
What?
Damien's being dumb. What were you saying about Apple?
The AI was issuing or offering credit cards, but they were not offering it to minorities, being women and people of color.
Hmm.
Just because of the algorithms, the way they were completed, rejected those pieces
Huh. When was that?
a couple of years ago.
I never heard about that.
You're probably too young to pay attention.
Did that result in like a lawsuit?
Oh, I'm sure.
Huh. But like, I guess another form would be like a con, which it could also be a pro. Is like, for example, if you were going to like a mass like gathering, like for example, like the Chiefs parade last year, where they had, you know, so many people there, you could use AI to detect it, but at the same time, I feel like AI could just easily look over something that like, you know, if a man's walking suspiciously, you know, that's something the
It's not gonna
human
be able
brain
to-
would detect.
they
But
can't
like,
dissect that.
the
I
AI,
mean,
but
you-
the AI can also watch it on mass.
Yeah, but the AI could, like,
Learn
if
that
you really
behavior.
want to, yeah, you could program certain types of behavior like that. Into
But it
it.
really can't though, because
But it could also, it would have to be, you have to be very specific
Mhm.
with it. You have to only look for that specific one.
yeah,
Like, you could program it to look for dilating in the eyes if you're for, like, lie detection.
Damien had a slight reaction to that. Let's hear what he has to say about it.
I don't know.
he hit him with the
He hit him with the.
yeah.
Dilating in the eyes is a weird way to detect that.
I'm just.
Well, I mean, we always ask each other
spitballing.
questions
Yeah.
and we watch for their eyes to dilate to tell if they're telling something true or false. I mean, everybody's done that.
You could also, with the AI, like scanning giant crowds, you could use face recognition to look for former criminals.
Have you seen those like bomb drones that people are making now with AI? Where like it scans through the people's faces. Like I don't know how to explain it.
What?
Well, what are you
weird.
watching?
I saw it on TikTok like a week before it got banned. It's weird. They like scan for the face. They see it. They dive at like.
Where is this happening at?
Like,
I don't know how to explain it. It's so weird.
okay, so you got drone.
Mm-hmm.
It sees target's face. It dive bombs.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
what you're
there's
saying?
like
But that way it only hits the selected target.
yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Well,
What are you watching, Brad?
I'm just listening to that noise.
Stop listening to it. Other cons could be
Back to what Brad was saying, write essays. I mean,
that could be a con.
if I'm being honest, I've used it.
Or doing your math for you.
But I mean,
I don't think I use
is it really a good thing though, Bradley?
I mean, calculators are technically AIs then.
Yeah, but that still takes your brain
You still have to
working
input
to
all
figure
your
out
stuff in
how.
Yeah.
You can still see
Depends
how it
on the
works.
calculator. Sometimes they'll just do it off.
I mean, realistically, how many people don't use a calculator for a job that's going to involve something that uses a calculator?
No one.
Exactly. It doesn't matter. I mean, that's like that's why I think it's stupid if you're not allowed to use a calculator in school for like advanced math, because once you get out in the real world, I mean, everyone pretty much uses one. I mean, now they'll probably just use AI, but like if you had a job in finance or marketing or something, you could just easily be taken by AI.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure I
All you're
already
doing
saw
is
something on.
computations, pretty much.
I saw something the other day when I was looking it up, and they already have AI to run your business for you.
You see the Coca-Cola ad that they released during Christmas
Hmm.
that was generated completely by AI, and it was really obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is another con of AI. Like, they can take pictures. Like, if I take a picture of
You
Damien.
kind of Photoshop in a way.
Well, if you get, like, the really advanced ones, I can just take a picture of Damien, and it can make Damien do anything. I see ones all over my
Oh,
TikTok all the time
yeah.
where, like, if I took a picture of Damien, I took a picture of Henry, I can make a kiss.
Deep fakes.
Deepfakes, yeah. Which,
You've never seen that, no?
Nothing I've done that, but...
Odd.
Bro's definitely.
Yeah, which
Definitely done.
the bigger issue with that is that where are you going to find reliable information?
Mm-hmm. They can spread mass propaganda.
How can you tell
So easily.
what's right and what's wrong? I mean,
Well, the thing with that is
the
like
TikTok stuff credible?
they
or
could have
not
6
credible?
toes. Sometimes they have 6 toes, or you can usually tell, but it's just gonna get more and more advanced, probably to the point where you won't be able to tell.
Yeah, usually AI has a certain art style, so you can tell whatever it's doing if you're looking at stuff it's generated.
A few years ago, if you remember the Nancy Pelosi, they had slowed down the video and made it look like she was drunk or having some medical condition, and she was Speaker of the House at the time. And so it could have been a significant issue if someone hadn't figured out that it was not valid, not credible.
Huh. I never heard about that.
Again, you guys were probably too young.
I don't really pay attention to politics too much.
I think this is going to play.
Oh, I think so
Rolling.
too.
Yeah.
I just think it's gonna make everyone lazier, but maybe not in the good way.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I'm not saying like I haven't ever used AI myself, because I have. I don't care. But I mean,
What happens when we have an ignorant society?
yeah, everyone just uses it for things it shouldn't
Then
be used
who's
for
in
too.
control? Who's got power if most of society is ignorant?
Government.
Whoever is creating the AI, right?
Yeah. Huh.
So
Yeah,
what
because
if-
they could basically get it to feed you anything they want, because they program it all.
So what about the quote that it wasn't even 6 months ago that Elon Musk made?
The one about not.
Making
remember
a
what it
pause
says,
on
yeah.
AI.
To put a pause on large AI experiments because they could pose profound risks to society and humanity.
I mean, I see what he's saying, but at the same time, I mean, I just think it needs to be regulated. I don't think there's even. I don't know. I didn't look really at that
So
I mean,
aspect of
it
it.
Government
definitely has
intervention.
uses, but I agree with that. It definitely should be regulated.
I didn't look to see if there's like any laws or anything about it, but I think like if anyone can do it, I mean like I could definitely see like using it for medical stuff,
Yeah.
using it for like security reasons, like taking out that aspect of it. But like, what happens if it just gets so advanced? To, like it could be used as a weapon.
Exactly.
Oh, that was something that had crossed my mind was how I think I've already asked this before, but how much do any of you know about quantum computing and what that
Literally
yeah.
0%.
No, quantum computing.
Oh,
That
a
gets
tiny
crazy.
bit.
do you actually know anything about?
Yes, he does.
Do you, Damien?
A tiny bit, but not really.
You don't get that. So
He didn't even ask Brad.
He looked at me funny. I knew he didn't know that.
I saw him shaking his head. So basically, with that is how it works. Is just gonna be a very, very summarized version. But you'll take basically the scientists will take entangled particles, which so in the quantum level, it's super, super, super small. The normal physics of this world do not apply there. If you're
Yeah, you ever seen
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Ant-Man and Wasp?
it's
Where
not,
they go into the
The
quantum
quantum
realm?
realm.
Yeah. And he
Found
saves
MODOK?
her. And he saves her.
Yes. Is that basically what you're saying?
no, it's not like that.
We're going so small that we can go into a different universe.
Dimension.
That's actually kind of on track. But basically, how
What
the
Ant-Man
entangled-
is all about.
so when you tangle particles, you get a bunch of them. You get something called a qubit, and how it works is it can
Qbert?
be in
That one dude from that game?
2 different states of. So you know how a light particle can only be like one thing. Like it's got like 2 or 3 options, but it can only be one thing.
Nope.
No.
Where's the teacher now?
Okay, so light particles, it could either be like a wave or a
How on topic is this now?
molecule.
He's
Let him
getting
talk.
I'm
Let
getting
him
there, bro. Okay.
Okay.
It could either be like a wave or a molecule or something like that. And basically, a qubit can be both of those simultaneously, which if you keep adding more and more qubits, like if you have 1 qubit, let's just say it's like 2 times as powerful as like a normal chip would be. If you add another qubit, it quadruples up to 8 times. So you keep adding more and more qubits, and the Willow chip from Google, it only has 105 qubits, and it processed like an equation that would have taken a normal supercomputer 25 septillion years. It processed it in 5 minutes. Yeah.
I still don't understand how a particle is doing all that math. Explain. No, wait, don't explain. We're going to be here for 3 hours.
So basically,
How about fell asleep?
with
Our viewership just
with
went
computer
down.
chips that powerful,
They're kicking off, guys.
AI, like if we implemented AI into that, it could skyrocket.
So the Willow chip wasn't even AI all along.
It's not AI, it's just quantum. But if we got
He was off topic
if
the
we
whole
got-
time, guys.
He was off topic the whole time.
if we got AI,
This dude. First it was the trees.
I know.
Let him
if we
talk.
started using
Willow is the
quantum-
name of a tree.
No.
It's all about the tree.
It's all connected. You
if
just
we
punched the
started
table.
I
using
know.
like if they started using the quantum chip to help AI, that would
It would break the entire world.